Well, joining us live now from Amman in Jordan is Shaina Low. She's the communication advisor for the Norwegian Refugee Council. Thank you so much for coming on the News Hour. We've spoken a number of times, Shaina, since this conflict began, and we're obviously speaking to you now in light of these newest data that you've released. Even months ago, people were using words like terrible and catastrophic, but I wonder if you could quantify how much worse things have got in Gaza over the summer.
Since the Rafah operation began in May, aid agencies have struggled to get aid into Gaza, to safely access their aid and safely distribute their aid throughout Gaza. And so we, along with 14 other partner organizations, released some information this week about just how little aid is getting in and the impact that it's having. We're seeing only a fraction, about 17% of the food that's needed entering Gaza. We're seeing a huge decline in the amount of hygiene products, and along with the decline in these in access to these resources, we're seeing, of course, a surge in needs of Palestinians. NRC hosts the shelter cluster, which coordinates among shelter actors in Gaza. And at the current rate that aid is entering the Gaza Strip, the shelter cluster estimates that it will take 2.3 years just to get the supplies that are needed to prepare for this year's winter, which is only weeks away. We desperately need a scaling up of aid. We desperately need protection of civilians, protection of humanitarian workers, and we need to be able to have access not only to more aid, but the ability to bring that aid to people who are in need throughout all of Gaza, no matter where they are.
And speaking specifically about food, the most serious level of food insecurity is described as IPC5, or in other words, to viewers, famine. Are you able to assess how many people are in that category right now? Is it even possible to count how many people might be affected by famine right now?
Well, the UN just released a snapshot 2 days ago. And in that snapshot, they said that about 500,000 people, I believe the number was 495,000 Palestinians, about a quarter of the people in Gaza, are facing catastrophic levels of hunger. We are not food actors, so we have not been directly distributing food to people in need. But what our teams are telling us is that people are hungry, the markets are empty. Our colleagues who have been trapped in northern Gaza for nearly a year tell us that there's no fresh food on the market. The only thing that's available really is canned items and things that are heavily processed, because there simply is no fresh meat, no fresh dairy, and no fresh vegetables or fruits available on the local market or coming in with aid agencies.
Shaina, there's so much more I wanted to speak to you about today, but we're really grateful for you joining us on the News Hour. Thank you so much.